The Miami Valley has a rich history of dedication to our great nation through the proud young men and women who have served as a member of our armed forces. Let's go now to the Veterans Memorial Museum in Germantown, where these brave heroes are honored and remembered.
My name is David Short. I'm the curator of the Veterans Memorial Museum Foundation at 123 South Main Street in Germantown, Ohio. We started our museum in 2009. I retired from the U.S. Army and I saw a need for connectivity between the general public and the armed forces. And we also interviewed veterans for many, many years, and we wanted their stories to be out there for young people to learn from them and to maybe use them as mentors. We established a 501c3 nonprofit in 2009. This was a former Masonic temple. The building was built in 1846 as a cigar factory and a tobacco warehouse here in Germantown. We're in a tobacco town. We started with multiple veterans assisting us with their stories, their histories, authenticity, and we began placing artifacts. The downstairs, we have three wings actually on the first floor. All are World War II veterans. There's over 1,000, and that are represented by their letters, their uniforms, anything that ties them into the time period. Upstairs, we have veterans from the Revolutionary War, the American Civil War, Spanish-American War, from World War I, from some of the unknown contingencies in Latin America in the 20s, the Banana Republic Wars. We also have Korea, Cold War, Vietnam, Desert Storm, Panama, Grenada, Haiti, you name the contingency, the Global War on Terror, which is all over the world, Africa, Philippines, Syria, Iraq, Afghanistan. So we have veterans from all these elements of American history timelines. We have about 5,000 veterans total. They come from all over the United States, but a heavy proportion of them are from the Miami Valley. We have war dead. We have many wounded, many prisoners. We have brothers, twin brothers. We have brothers and sisters. We have generals in here. We have 5 generals from the Miami Valley. And we try to cover every service. One of our former volunteers is now in the Space Force, so he sent us his uniform. So we try to cover the whole gamut of American history to illustrate the sacrifices of the American military and their accomplishments as well. And America is full of rich history, military and national history, and it's something to be proud of and something to draw strength from. People come from everywhere, including internationally. We've had people just last week, and we had a family of 10 from Connersville, Indiana. Their father was an American tank crewman, and their mother was a Polish slave laborer who'd been liberated from the Nazis by their father. And we get schools here, we get veterans groups, we get families, people interested in American history, universities. We've dealt with the whole spectrum of American humanity and society. Everybody has a chip in this. Everybody has a connection. If you're an American, you've got somebody in your family that served their country in the armed forces. When you come into our museum, what's different about our museum is we don't care about the coat in the context that the coat by itself doesn't mean anything. What gives the coat context and provenance is who it belonged to, where they were at, where they grew up, what they did, what they contributed to the American, society. And you'd be surprised at the individual displays what some of these people have done, not only in the military but outside the military. So we personalize it. We try to research in-depth research to try to determine, the story of these people. And that's one of the big differences. Also, we've been accused of sensitivity overload because we put out so many. A lot of museums will have a massive wall with a lot of narrative. They'll have one little artifact. Well, there's millions and millions and millions of Americans that serve, so we try to put that out. We want people to get a sense when they walk in of, wow, all these people are my neighbors or my family. They serve in the armed forces. I would ask people to come to the museum because it's their legacy, it's their history, it's their grounding. That when you walk in here and you see what these average Americans went through in incredible situations, it inspires you. It inspires you to live a good life, it inspires you to be successful, and it inspires you to give back to your community and your country. What we ask is that the kids behave. We've had very little problems with children. One of the things we normally do is ask them to put their hands in their pockets if they're a certain age. Honestly, probably early middle school, late elementary school is about the right timeline, and they're starting to study history, and that's a good time to bring them down here. But we've had every level of school here, all the way to medical students from a local university. This is America's museum. This is not ours. We're the caretakers. You know, we made a lot of promises to a lot of wonderful old veterans that this would continue. So we want people to take pride in this. The community here in Germantown has embraced this. This is they look at, this is their museum. But we're also outside where we cover the full spectrum geographically. So the best thing to do if you'd like to visit the museum is we're open on weekends, traditionally, Saturdays 12 to 4, Sundays 2 to 6. However, we're open during the week for appointments. That's when we have groups like senior groups, veterans groups, even individuals that are traveling through the state, maybe can't come on a weekend. We allow them to come in here. We also on the holidays have special hours, like for the upcoming Veterans Day, we're going to be open on Monday. We'll have an open house for the whole weekend. We have new displays out, and we'll have some reenactors here. And we hope to support saving, preserving, and presenting American history.
For more information on the Veterans Memorial Museum, we invite you to follow them on Facebook at facebook.com/thevmmf. We'll be back with more of our salute to Miami Valley veterans right after this. You're watching WRCX Television, connecting the Miami Valley.